This is the abandoned train graveyard, home to dozens of locomotives. The oldest one here retired in 1932. Once vital to the working industry and travel, these trains now sit abandoned, slowly succumbing to rust and decay. Each engine here tells a story of a bygone era of steam and steel. Come and explore it with us.
This is the first train we've actually walked up to, and this one's just kind of discarded off the way from the other trains, which is quite bizarre, especially looking at how old this is. How bizarre. I'm sure a lot of train fanatics out there will understand how absolutely amazing it is to walk up next to this. Look at the old style wheels. I'm not entirely sure what brand of train this was, because it appears they've took the nameplates off, or someone's, British made, 1949, so we've got a date, 1949. I honestly love these old school locomotive trains. Look at them. And look at, it's just like all old wheels as well, whereas nowadays everything is electronic. This isn't. This relied on sheer manpower to get it going. There's some steps down rather than having to go through some shrubbery. And these are lots of sheds. Oh, there's one there. We're going to actually have a walk round to see what's on the tracks. Look at that. And it's all just eroded. These are more sheds. Oh wow! Oh, I see. You can see the old tracks. Old tracks are all here. And that would have been a part of that one. Look at that. The greenery and moss. It's just a shame, isn't it, really? More wagon carriages on the other side. I didn't even spot them on this side. Yeah, look at that one. Still can't believe this is the old train line. We're around officially to the back bit now, which is something I really wanted to show you guys. This is where the beauties are held and left to rot. And these, as well, I will show you in a minute, there is a turntable. These are actually on. The turntable doesn't work anymore. Look up in there. These are so, compare the wheels to me, they are so big. And again, the old style of train running, coal power, steam. You didn't really have a lot of faults with these. That is boarded up, so I don't think we can get inside of that. I'll come around the actual side, front bit if I can. It's just very overgrown. I love how vibrant trains are though, the different colours. Like green, red, they're always prominent bright. They're not really dull, and this is the turntable that has now become a swamp. Wow, you can just see it's gone up a little bit. It's warped and it won't actually align with the tracks anymore. On that side it does, on that side it doesn't. Look at that, it's like bending, that one's bent. And these bits have started to rust and erode. Like this has as well. This reminds me kind of like, you know Thomas the Tank Engine? When they're all just chilling in the hubs. This is literally like when they have the platform, it's like, right, who's coming out today? Like, look at that. Imagine that in a blue colour. Or that one. That would look more like Thomas. Wow. It's rusted that much. It's making holes in the actual paintwork. These ones are the worst. These ones are the absolute worst for the rust. The door. This is what I mean when we walk around here, it kind of makes you think and go, well, why can't anyone save these? It probably would take quite a while, you know, for these ones. And these ones and this one probably would take quite a substantial amount of time to actually renovate and sort, so to say. Let's go up to this little bit. So this bit at one point was getting completely pulled out, and they were going to bring some of the tracks, you know, from round the back bit that we've just shown you, that there was nothing really they could have done with them. So they thought, right, we'll place them here. They dug it out and then it stopped, and nothing's happened since. These would have had an opportunity. So some of these trains, if you look at them 7 to 8 years ago, they were painted up, brilliant condition, even some worked with the right manufacturing and the right parts. But now they don't. This reminds me of an old Western style, a proper Western style carriage. It was like that. I imagine, you know, like someone jumping out, someone hopping on a runaway train. This is literally like a runaway train. We can possibly climb up into some of these, but I'm not entirely sure we would want to. If you look under the bottoms, you'll see what I mean. It is just gone. The wood has just purely gone. And you know what? I don't even think these would be able to move anymore without a whole lot of physical man and machine power. Like, look at that one. That one's got no actual walls to hold it in. It's almost, that looks like it's had a fire. And that's had a fire while it's been here, not while it's been imported. Yeah, look. You can tell with the way the wood has burned and the metal has been left. Look at that, and they would have had a fabric roof. Which one's this? Some of these have, that's a XI4, but we want the actual date. Some of them don't have the dates on, they don't even have a name. So trying to pinpoint them is incredibly difficult. So if anyone in the comments down below knows what any of these are called, can you timestamp? Let me know, and I would be really, really intrigued. Oh, I might have one here. No, it's just telling you the dimensions of how big the machine actually is. I wonder if we can actually walk round on the other side. I'm going to carry on going down. But, oh, wait. No, I'm not. There's another one. There's another one there. I'm tripping on barbed wire. I said I was going to walk round, but I'm not. I'm definitely not. There is another train. Oh wow, it's actually, I'm kind of glad we came to this other side now. We can see what's in here. Lots and lots of debris. Lots of Lewis debris in here. Look at the wheels. Wow. This is definitely, that one definitely there has had a fire of some sort. Oh wow. That old school control panel. Again, I don't even really know if you can stand in here at all. But that's got the old pressure levels clock as well. I think they are just, oh, London, there we go. Sheldon, 1954, lot 2,604, 22 tons that could have took. And these chains, they are so heavy. Wow. I'm so glad I actually walked round. You got to see the other side of the burnt wagon. Kind of, yeah, this side seems to be. That's Ashford, 1962, lot 3,394, 20 tons. A little bit less than that one. That's just storing a pallet with random parts. It's very, very mesmerising actually to walk around here and realise that this has been left. This, I can't really see what it could have been. Domestic fuels, I think that says. Mining haulage, domestic fuels. So that's what this would have held. What group company, what group of, and then it's just gone. It's just literally just gone. Wow. My gosh. Really is quite mesmerising. I'm a massive lover of trains, so walking around here is a little surreal. They would have had the actual coordinates of when it was manufactured from, the newer they did get, and then eventually everything went online as well. Don't think we can actually get in that one yet, that's dead bolted. But then again, is this bottom even better? Oh, that bottom's almost steel plated. An old school ball. Look at that. It really is quite mesmerising walking around here. As some of you know who have been on the channel for quite some time, the people who are new and joined, hello, welcome in, hope you're having a fabulous time. I am an absolute lover of trains. Don't know why, ever since I was a kid I used to sit in train spot in Filey and Scarborough And I just used to note down all the trains, and you know what? I could probably find the books I used to own where I used to monitor every train that came in at the exact time, if they were delayed, if they were late. I don't know if I've still got them somewhere. And into my adulthood, I've now like been able to actually explore these kinds of places, which is it's really, really surreal. And it's saddening almost walking around here and just hoping one day there will be enough volunteers, there will be enough interest to paint these up, to get them going. But in the cost of a living crisis at the minute, you can't really expect people to want to give their free time and to volunteering onto something when they can't even afford to put food on their plates. It's a big, massive thing at the minute in the UK. It's so incredibly sad. This one's weird. I don't even know if I want to hold this. Tinsel. That's very strange. Look at the roof. There's a lot of mould and damp in these old school storage. Let's have a look at the floor. You know what? The floor doesn't look too bad. I've chanced it. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it doesn't feel 100%. It doesn't feel 100%, but I think I'm just gonna stay at this bit. So this would have held. Oh gosh. This would have been on the road, and this would have held anything they needed. So, especially with this being a 1932, this possibly would have held rations, first aid, any actual medical devices they need, any equipment, if there's any faultations with the actual train. Wow, that's burnt. That's really incredibly burnt. And look at the paint peel. This has not been painted in numerous amounts of years. Wow. I love the paint peel in these kind of places. Again, reminds me of an old western. But this one would definitely have been on the train line during World War II, transporting goods and helping out the country. I've actually missed these ones here, but I think it might be better to actually come back to them, because it's only going to be able to get so far here. Look at the overgrown. If you guys have watched the video on the abandoned hospital Fukushima, this is like the red forest creeping in over these wagons. Look at it. Nature has literally just taken over this track. This is one of the worst cases of abandonment I've ever seen on vehicles, definitely. Wakefield. A lot of Wakefield wagons. And soon we're not anywhere near there. Whoa! Look at the overgrowth in there. Can I get it better in? Look at that. There's a new lease of life literally growing in there. Same for these ones. Okay, so this one looks a little bit more sturdy. Oh no, I might actually be able to walk. It's just a little uneven terrain. I'll have to give it a wander down the other side. Again, just nature's just going in, because the bottoms are made of wood. They've eroded awfully quickly, especially I can imagine with really bad British weather. Yeah, I think it's better to walk around the other side. We're gonna have to walk around, I think. But these are the front of the other ones. This is the cleanest track there is. But even then, the pebbles, the wood, none of this is new. None of this is new. For instance, the track management, which is basically when your track switch. So if a train is coming, there is someone in an operation room who'll be like, right, I need to switch that track, and it will allow a different train onto a different path. None of these are new whatsoever. They are very old school. Another really shabby looking one, which again is a shame, because if you look back 7-8 years ago, none of these look like that, but they've had no volunteers, sadly. Well, that would have been where you put your coal in. Wow, they would have scooped the coal up into that. And again, these tracks are full. I've not just mossed these ones, but full of screws. Trying to see if there's any. Yeah, your coal would have also dumped in there. Oh, so that wouldn't have been too. That's 32 foot. 32 foot carriage. I'm trying to find on this one if there's any information as to what kind it is. I don't even think we could get in here. No. Unless we try and get through that window, but I don't think that's going to be a fit. The paint is just peeled off that completely to reveal just the wood. And that's probably the newest lick of paint on these trains around here. They are always green and red though, aren't they? It's really bizarre. Look at the bottom flooring. You'd think though, it would get to a point where someone would be forced to take action. That's an old signalling tower. That's the old signalling tower, look. That's on there. And that crane is old as anything. And these are probably the newest things on here, which is just rubbish, like pure rubbish. Anything scrap. Newcastle area only has just been dumped on there. What is this? My gosh, I have never seen a wagon that dips down like a slide almost. It's almost like it'd hold some kind of carnival ride, unless it's warped. Is it actually meant to be like that? It's got to have been, because it's not warped. They both look really, really the same. This is the train station. And look at how small this train station would have actually been. This is the old bench. Oh, we can actually look into here. Oh, there's not a lot. There's another Christmas tree. Oh my god, that's an old school luggage. Look at that. Oh my god, there's another one, and old school chairs. No way. I mean, the birds have definitely had a arrive time in here. But that would have been old school bench. Have you seen in there the old school luggage compartments? It's really cool. I was saying, what would that have held? It's a bizarre looking thing, isn't it? But it's not warped. It's meant to be like that. Got to have been for weird kind of, what's the word? Unlevel, unusual carriages of equipment. These wagons are definitely worse for wear. They're not even, this is the thing though, when that woodland fully grows, especially because now it's getting into summer, you won't even see these. They're not even displayed, which is incredibly sad. So they're just going to be left here. These have been left here the longest. Cow pen. It's crazy that that would have held cows back in the day. Put them across the tracks. Oh my god, it literally is. Look at this. I'm having to like try and grip into what I can. Wow. Again, it's hard to actually pinpoint where these have come from, what date they were manufactured. But that is I just can't believe they would have held cows in there. Like, that is not that big. They would have been literally arse to toe in there. Quite a lot more substantially burnt or not been able to use carriages and wagons. Wow. Oh, look at this one. See, that one's not even got the door part anymore, and that looks like it's been through something. Old levers. Look at all the old system. And the rust is just creating holes and holes. It's kind of almost creepy to see it like that. And look at this one. This is similar to the one we saw earlier. Lifted up. Wagon wheels. They're just, they seem to be exactly like this. They've been burnt. And they've just had to pull them off. That one's probably got the most amount of wood. I've never seen so many wagon wheels in one place. Look at that. And they're all just left. We're back to the turntable now. These are the last couple. The sensor light has fallen down off it. Wow. Honestly, I keep saying wow, but there's not much else you can say to describe these incredible works of art and machinery that take so much manpower to be made and take so little to be left. It really does bring a tear to your eye when you can just imagine what these could be doing now. As we finish the last little bit of this video, we will show you what would have been the old trade line, which is no longer used. Look at, they've even got the old school little house, old school intersection as well, which is super cool. This place has been absolutely amazing to actually be walking around. This is the oldest railway in the UK, 1762, so this is the oldest one. It still feels a little bit surreal, to be honest, and also incredibly saddening to know it's the oldest and its story seems to be finishing. There's no one else who seems to want to continue this tale on, who wants to take on these actual locomotives, these wagons, paint them, turn them into something bright with a new future. There just isn't a profit in it anymore. There's just no interest in it anymore, unfortunately, and it is incredibly sad. Hopefully from this video there will be someone who can watch this and go, you know what, I want to put money into this, I want to save it, I want to be the reason that Tanfield Railway becomes active and open again, and fingers crossed that happens. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to Abandoned Places, Hidden Spaces. Make sure to check out the second channel. We have a video on there every single week too now, which is super awesome. We're about to play chicken and try and cross this road. But yeah, I'll catch you all in the next video. Stay safe, much love, and I'll see you very soon.